Grand Rising family. It's your sister from another mister, Lovely Fly Shy, back with another one. May each and every one of you be in high spirits, high energy, and high vibrations unto today. May all of you be uplifted, motivated, and determined to defeat whatever it is, if anything that is, has come up against you. All right? You all, I want to talk to you guys about an experience that happened this morning. And by the way, quick sidebar, I finally got this rig, this thingy-mabob, this phone rig that I can now hold my phone on while I am recording. So I like this much better as opposed to holding my phone, you guys. But anywho, back to the point. So I just left my local smoke shop where I go and get all of my incense and my weed accessory needs, right? And I was speaking to the gentleman, the cashier who works there. I believe he owns the place. But he is this, I don't know where he's from. He gives me vibes of being from like Israel or like the Middle East somewhere. Anywho, this is someone that I spoke about in my Chosen Ones They Know Who We Are video, or they see us and know who we are. Well, every time I go into the store, every time I go into the shop and he's in there, I mean, he totally lights up, you know? And I was just thinking to myself yesterday, I was like, oh, I haven't seen my friend. You know, ever since I started working, I haven't really been in there lately. Because, you know, once I get off work, I'm ready, to go to sleep. Handle what needs to be handled and take my behind to sleep, y'all. But, so I was thinking to myself, I was like, I miss my friend. I wonder how he's doing. So I went in there this morning and we're talking. And I just had a complete heart-to-heart with him. And he completely listened to me. You know, the Most High places people in our paths that instead of judging us, will listen to us. Instead of judging us, will choose to learn, to understand us and what it is that we are going through. And I was speaking on a very touchy subject. I haven't really talked about it much on this channel because, when it comes to my personal stuff, I do feel as though it is imperative to keep it to heart because you never know whose eyes and ears is watching and listening. Not that I care anyways, but people have a way of misunderstanding and misconstruing what it is that they don't perceive to be something that it is that they would do themselves. So I don't need anyone's, negative perceptions or ideologies staining what it is that I have been called to do. And so we were talking about, my kids and, the situation with my kids' dad that I've shared on here before, you all. Though I am it's already been made aware that this person watches my channel. Not that I care, because it's not going to stop me from sharing my truth and speaking my truth. And all in all, by me doing so, it isn't to make anyone look bad. It isn't to demonize or persecute anyone. That isn't my job. But I just feel like if people cared about how they were being perceived, and if people cared about the way a part of the story is being told, that doesn't necessarily make them look a certain way or make them feel a certain way, then they should think about that when they go and treat you any old kind of way. But we were just talking about my kids, and I was just talking about how, I grew up in poverty and how, per se, where it is that I am today and where I live right now, how I just have a huge disdain and an inability to want my kids around. And, I was just explaining to him how it is just my responsibility and it is my main focus and objective to ensure that, I am doing and taking the necessary steps to not only enrich change and heal, the outcomes and the path of my life, but do the same for my offsprings. When the Most High blesses me, he blesses my children, and those of who are around me and that mean me well and who are genuine and who are also of the light, right? But I was just like, it's just funny how now that I am working, now that I am able to do the things that was once before a complaint, when I wasn't in the proper headspaces, when I wasn't always doing right, I'm not ever going to get on here and say that I've just been a perfect mother, a perfect person. I have not. I have made mistakes just like anyone else. But one thing's for certain and two things is for sure. I will lay down my life for my kids, and I will do anything in my power to ensure that they don't go through anything that I have went through. I use my discernment with my children. I will never, ever allow anyone to harm them. And what gets misconstrued is one's inability to see the motivation, the angst, the determination in you, which is in you and not on you, to change your circumstances, to enrich the lives of yourself and your kids. Sorry, you guys, I'm just walking in circles because y'all know when I get in the message, I just get to walking in circles, but I don't care. These people out here, if they see me or not, they can think what they want. But I just want to let you guys know, everybody isn't going to understand what the Most High has called you to do. In this particular season, God has called me to go into solitude. God has called me to heal myself, to be alone. That doesn't mean that I am not a good mother. That doesn't mean that I am not still supporting my children. That doesn't mean my children are, no longer in my care. But what the crazy part about it all is a person knows and sees this about you. They know where you've been. They've had so much to say about where it is that you've been. But the moment that you decide to do better, to be better, and to bring forth a change, it's a problem. Now they can't use this. Now they got to lean on that. Right, that ain't working, so now they got to go back to this. It's just, all I'm saying to all my mothers and my fathers out there that just do not have a healthy co-parenting relationship, whatever that looks like, I just pray that one day the two of you can overcome that. I just feel like in order to have a very healthy, enriching, and fulfilling co-parenting relationship, both parties have to understand, okay, the two of us may be done. The two of us may have not worked out. But do not take out your resentment, rage, anger, and whatever else you may feel toward the other party. Do not allow that to inadvertently stain the children. Stain them psychologically, mentally, emotionally, physically. Children hearing you talk down on the other parent, disrespecting the other parent, seeing you do that stuff. Don't for a second think kids don't see that. No amount of gaslighting, manipulation, and narcissism as a whole will be able to keep that hidden. Kids see and they know the truth. And that's why I am confident in what it is that I have been called to do in this season. I see great things for me and my children coming up here soon. I see it because I believe it. I see it because I know that I'm going to achieve it. I see it because I know that I'm going to bring it out of me. This healing work is something serious. This spiritual work is something serious. This is about the total reconfiguration of mind, body, and soul. This is about understanding that it's not just about us, right? And if I cannot be 100% within myself, then I can never be 100% for anyone else. Guess what that will do? It will keep those generational curses and cycles going. You all, I told you before, and I'm going to tell you again, the bondage ends with me. abuse ends with me. The addictions end with me. And whether I'm already there yet or not, I'm on the path. I am on my journey. And I will never, ever, ever allow anyone to make me feel unworthy ever again. Because nobody can dim this light out. Nobody can blow this light out. I will overcome. I shall overcome the spirit of poverty, the spirit of lack. Any generational curse that comes my way, I will overcome, because I already have. I have already won this fight. So people may judge you about things that they don't understand. They may be judging you. They may be saying you a bad mom. They may be insinuating that, oh, this or that. They don't know what the hell God has called you to do. They don't know what your situation is. And then ain't none of their business furthermore. Because I was just thinking to myself, that's another reason why folks got cut off. I was thinking to myself how people really expose themselves. When that time of tribulation came upon me, when that time of trial came upon me, and I had my back up against the wall, and God had to sit me down and show me another way. Oh yeah, people was talking. And I know it has a lot to say with these transgressors, those of whom know who they are, that are still slandering my name, still lying. But the truth always has a funny way of exposing itself. The truth always prevails. I don't have to get on here to make anyone look bad. I don't have to get on here on any social media to make anyone look bad. That's number one. Because the God that I serve fights all of my battles. I don't gotta react or respond to nobody's negativity. You can call me every name in the book. You can be ignorant by your own damn self, because I'm not gonna be ignorant with you. I'm not gonna get out of character with you. I'm not gonna get ugly with you. If you want to be ugly, if you want to be miserable, you're gonna be ugly and miserable by your damn self. And that's what kind of energy y'all need to have with these people. Straight up. Child's mother, baby mama, whatever. Y'all need to have this same energy with them. Because misery surely loves company. They see you rising up. They see you glowing and growing without them. All that shit that they said about y'all, all the lies they told, now they're being exposed as liars, because people know who you guys really are. Even strangers can see the light in me. Even strangers can see the light in you. So, I just wanted to share this with you guys, because God has been on my heart. God has been exposing things just about people. Yeah, God has been exposing conversations that was had behind my back that's now been exposed. I know who each and every one of y'all are, that's still watching me like a hawk, still copying me low-key, still trying to be like me, still trying to do what I do. You are not chosen. You are not me. Whether I have it all or I have little, maybe I am exalted. I am a winner. I am not a quitter. I am a defeatist. Me and my kids shall prosper. And even though, my family has left me feeling quite estranged, I will be able to help and save them too, if they're willing to accept it. I was called, and I'm going to remain on this path, and I will not explain myself to anyone. Either you get it or you don't. If you got the eyes to see, then see. If you got the ears to hear, then hear. Y'all know what it is that God has called you to do and set you apart for. Forget these people. Let them be ignorant, ugly, and miserable by them damn selves. While you continue to rise and triumph in the end. Peace, love, and light. Always.